Very nice spot.
Hey man, what's up?
Yeah, very nice spot. I would like to sit here to get my...
No, you can't sit here, man.
What? But then I will call my friends.
No, you can't do that either, I'm sorry.
Make some picnic or something.
No, you can't, I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll just feed the pigeons and the
No,
birds.
man, you can also do that, I'm sorry, you can't.
What is this place, bro? I thought it's a public space.
Well, I'm sorry, you're mistaken. It's a Pops. With the purpose of avoiding any misunderstandings, we would like to make it clear. Pops, or privately owned public space, it is a concept that is not compatible with democracy. These spaces are under constant surveillance, and any activity that is closely related to democracy is restricted in different manners, such as restriction of filming, public speech, gatherings in large groups, certain type of recreational activities, and of course, forget about protests. So why are they called public? From this question, we can already see that there is something fishy about these spaces. This over here is Pater Noster Square in London, and it's privately owned space. It has private security and distinct code of behavior. Well, even though codes of behaviors are important, a quality public space should create local dynamic that will stimulate and encourage valuable social interactions on the terms of the users and not by instructions. So, the question is, do you think that next to such an important space like the main cathedral of the city should be privately owned? In this case, Mitsubishi owns this. Yes, exactly. This space is not governed by state or city laws, but by the corporate laws of the company. Those who are promoting this kind of spaces would say, Pops is a great strategy for developing and keeping the urban spaces beautiful and clean, without paying for them from the common tax budget. From this argument we can underline two key points: getting beautiful spaces without paying for them. It may sound extreme, but this sounds as some marketing campaign for a product, or better say, a good deal. Now, are urban spaces a product that should be treated as a deal? Well, if you ask a corporate mindset, probably yes. In this argument, we haven't heard anything about the people and their essential need of a quality public space. Yes, people need beautiful urban spaces, but is that all? By the way, what is a beautiful space? Beautiful can mean different things for different people. Let's see this space. Is this a beautiful space? These privately owned public spaces are just bothering me. I don't know, they're just gimmicks somehow. Look like sterile, greenery. Places made like by the director. Like, okay, fine. It is green over here, green grass. That's how they wanted it. Can you do something here? Can you put a blanket maybe and have a picnic? I don't know. Is it weird if you do that? I don't know. They're just like fake. Like, I don't know. Maybe you like it, but it's just strange, like sterile. Like, yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It's better be nice. It's like this. This is how I want it. I don't know. Interesting. For some reason, it has beautiful trees, beautiful grass, let's say beautiful playground, but still it doesn't feel pleasant. As the professor Will Self from the University of Modern Thought would say, these spaces are completely alienated spaces. They're following a totalist model. They all look alike: nice, sterile, antiseptic, and repetitive. We absolutely agree with this. We, stripping architecture, have witnessed how often these spaces are being designed with the same materials by using the same tendering documentation. Therefore, it wouldn't be a mistake if we literally observe Pops as highly effective products that are in fact branding the private owner as a publicly responsible figure. According to us, yes, these spaces may be beautiful, but for the corporative mentality. The language of these spaces communicates with the money-spending businessman and not with the playful kid. In other words, this concept of urban spaces is rejecting a large portion of users. And do you see people sitting here, passing by here? Actually, I see them crossing around the park. They're not even like trying to sit here. Liminal playground. I don't know, public hospital. The other issue is that these kind of places are always appearing on certain kind of fragile or vulnerable spaces, economically vulnerable. For example, this is the ending line of a canal, and the canal was industrial zone, industrial area before over there, and now of course they have gentrified with different mediocre office buildings without certain identity, and they actually also bought the land around the canal. So of course it will be really weird if they just like privatize the whole area around the canal, around the water element, and they just decided to open it up. So for us it's kind of a changing the subject. If the area around the canal is a common good, it should be kept as public and common, not bought by someone else and then masked as commonplace. And probably the major problem with the privately owned public spaces is the name itself. I wouldn't even use the name public, because yes, it is open to the public, but all the place is designed according to one person or one team who don't really care about the needs, about the feelings, about welcoming all the different groups and identities on one place, and not designed with multidisciplinary or participative process. Then always we have these kind of reminders where they tell you how to use the space and what you're allowed to do or what you're not allowed to do. And on the end of the day, we should not forget that public spaces are places where children, where people from all different backgrounds have to practice their independence and to govern social relations based on their own visions, not directed by someone else. So I would just say that this is private open space without public.
As we see here on the sketch, the major problem of these privately owned public spaces is that they try to sell something which is not on sale. Thank you again for watching Stripping Architecture. Hopefully you liked today's episode. Don't forget to watch, share, subscribe, and share with us your privately owned public spaces.